supreme righteous peace and great day to everyone. In the name of the Creator of Creators, Al Sandara, I give everyone the divine greetings of supreme righteousness. And welcome to the original God's universe. Once again, we will have a great class tonight. Well, it's just so much taking place, when you put out so much. There's always a reaction that you receive that you get just that much back in return. It's called the effects of your causes. However, when you are reaping the right ones, we get those great rewards and effects that comes with it. And also, since negative is a reactionary, it naturally comes to react. This is why peace has to be maintained. You don't just wake up and you have peace. You have to maintain and live and think on the things that maintain that. You don't just say peace and there it is, or righteousness, there it is. These are things that you have to put in place and go to motion on. So, there's a lot of things that we deal with that we go into as I teach, the patricity of it. And it all serves the God, every bit of it. Negative don't serve itself, it serves the God. I'm going to say that again so you all could think. Negative never served itself. On the long run, it serves right. Because all it's going to do is show or reflect or react, how shall I say. It's going to react to what right is doing to either show how powerful the right is or what it needs to build on. One of the two. So what we have today is I am putting out every day. You all talk about the famine that's out there. I put out every day a huge table of food, all you can eat. All these house Negroes that are all around us, on Blog Talk, they want us to quit learning about what's really going on. Because if you quit learning about what's really going on, then their master remains in seat through them. Meaning they can continue to get the little biscuits that they're satisfied with. Their little car, their little European account, and little clothes he give them. The scraps. To having your own, those are scraps. And I mean by your own, I mean your own mind first. I ain't talking about a business. I'm talking about you having your own original mind on you making whatever you want. If you want to make your own clothes, you make them based on making clothes that are right, not clothes that got your private parts hanging out and satanic like your enemy. or your outside enemy, then you can say you're doing something. So that's that's a pipe dream, like I said. You know, you put something out there like that, if it's not done right, them Negroes gonna tear that right down. Why do y'all think there's no Walmarts or nothing in the what you call the hood of the black community? They know better. You got to go way out to them. They're not gonna put none of that in your community because you're gonna tear it up. So even white folks is wise enough to know, because of your savage state of mind, anything you put there, you're gonna destroy. You're destructive. This is why a lot of them is, you don't see them coming in here like that. They want they want you to find yourselves. Then you'll stop destroying his property, because he's created a monster even he can't control. It's that out of control. And since he don't have the nature to stop it, as I said, he's like a Mack truck going downhill with no brakes, because he can't stop who he is. So since he's got you crashed and destroyed, he can't stop it. You know, they started drugs. They didn't expect it to reach the suburbs. Now they got a crystal meth in the rich areas now. So he created a monster even he can't stop. So he's sending his best people, he think, in here. You know, this devil will have to come better on this. So my point is, these people are in your homes, some of them. Some of them are your co-workers. Some of these vampires are your neighbors, people in your neighborhood. They're everywhere. About this, you know, we must awaken our people, because you're destroyed for the lack of knowledge, not money. Because we don't do nothing, we don't have the knowledge, or we're not applying the knowledge of what to do with the money and resources we do have. So that would be a waste. So now, because you see this on a supreme degree now, dealing with the supreme problem, you attempt to attack this. You know, because a large mind, you're going to look at the idea. If your mind is small, you're just looking at the event. You're just looking at the occasion. What's happening now? Even a European, he looks far beyond. You know, these people got mutual funds for their grandchildren and life insurance and all. You know, he's looking way down. He ain't looking at what's happening right now at the moment. He's looking at years down. That's called a futuristic mindset. Not looking at the now. This is what he teaches you to do systematically. You know, you look at what's happening right now before your eyes. Seeing is believing. If you can't see it, because you don't have a third eye, you only have physical eyes. So what you can't see with your intelligence or your third eye, you never see it. Unless you deal with the core of our issues. I'm dealing with the core of things. I'm not dealing with these events. Like I said, the event mind, what you could obviously see. I'm exposing what you don't see or the unobvious. That's where this man is killing everybody, the things you don't see. The unobvious. You go and get that box of cereal or whatever else he has in his grocery store. 80% of it ain't even hardly real food. Because it's not in the obvious, it appears to be real food to you. If you don't know how to think beyond what things appear to be, you miss all of that. So what's more important than raising $1,000? Which one is more powerful? Money or knowledge? And knowledge first before any mind. Since mind is over material, you want to put materials over your mind. Money talks, bull stuff walks. This is why the community's dead. They believe the same thing. So they're out there doing all the things in chasing materials, and all they're chasing is death. Prophecy even bears, you destroy for the lack of knowledge. You got money as a people. You don't have nothing. You don't have any knowledge of not only what to do with it. The people who are influencing you, you don't have no knowledge of them, first of all, because they're telling you to put it with them, and they're going to get Cadillacs and Rolls Royces and everything else. You want to debate, you don't want to debate or deal on that because you want to be that with the truth. That sunlight start getting on, they just, they have to show their true colors. If they're a vampire, they teeth, something's going to expose itself. So, This is natural. All leaders and gods have always been under the attack by their enemies, mainly from amongst their own, or their people looking like their own. If you look at Marcus Garvey, hell,
if they don't know the knowledge, then
you looking for a magic wand, and you still got that Santa Claus mentality. Everything's gonna. The boogeyman's going to be over with overnight. If Brother Supreme would just wipe our tears away. That's not how things are done. It took us hundreds of years to get in this condition that we're in.